Hey guys, it's James here from Impact Business Solutions, and welcome to the Business Success by Design podcast, where we help coaches, consultants, professional services get to a 10K consistent and predictable revenue every single month without the need of high-tech wizardry, Facebook ads, or fancy funnels. A lot of F's in there. So listen, this week we are going to take you through 5 things that we wish we had done when we started our business, but didn't, right? These are things that we believe that had we implemented right in the beginning, our success would have happened way much faster. We want your success to happen faster than it did for us. So that's what we're going to talk about in this episode, what we should have done, what we wish we had done back in 2009. So yeah, let's get on.
Welcome to the Business Success by Design podcast, where you'll learn everything you need to know about building a thriving business. This isn't theory. It's hardcore strategies and tactics designed to help you win. Join us as top business coaches, marketers, and business insiders pull back the curtain on what really works in building the business you want and what's just complete BS. You'll get the inside track on how to connect with your audience, build long-term relationships, and be seen as the go-to guy or gal indoor space, all while driving insane profits for you and your business. And now, sit back and listen to rockstar host James Lawson, he's the one with a funny accent, and Angela Inzerillo as they go deep, cut through the crap, and get to the core of making your business work for you.
Okay, right. So everyone would love, I think, most people would love to be able to go back to the beginning and get a redo, right? Get that do-over. The funny thing about business, especially if you're in our kind of business, right, in the coaching, training, professional services arena, is you actually can. Right? Just because your business is running a certain way today doesn't really mean that it has to be that way forever, right? You can take a deep breath, you can take a step back, you can look at your business, and you can decide to do it differently. So one of the things that we've kind of been looking at, specifically around how we're working with our own clients, is, what would we do differently? Go back to 2009, James and Angela, right? You've come out of corporate. You had really successful corporate careers. You're starting your coaching business. What would you do differently? It's important to understand that when we left corporate and started our coaching business, we really had no idea what the hell we were doing. Seriously, we really didn't know. We came out of corporate where our lives had literally been get up, go to the airport, jump on a plane, for me certainly, go to another country, right? For Angela, it might be another state, flight time just about the same. But yeah, jump on a plane, go visit clients, whether it was in Germany or Sweden or France, right? Or for Ange, maybe Texas, right? Whatever it might be. But that was the life. That's the life that we had. So when we started our coaching business, we were like, okay, how is this going to work? Now, we did take some advice and we took what we thought was going to be the best route, which was we went and bought a franchise, right? Not one of the big name franchises, because that'd have been like silly, but a little known franchise. And it actually was okay. Listen, it was totally fine. We learned a bunch. But part of that exercise and part of going through what we went through for about 4 years before we eventually bought ourselves out was understanding that the world had moved, and that 4 years had moved drastically. And by the way, it's moving drastically right now, right? With the advent now of AI, ChatGPT, whole bunch of things that are changing the whole landscape for you guys that might be in this industry. But there's some stuff that we looked at and says, if we had just done that quicker, if we had just done that sooner, then maybe our success would have happened much, much faster than it did. It took us a lot longer to get to the point that we're at now, where we have, a multiple six-figure business, and it kind of runs. There's still a bit of manual intervention, but a lot of stuff happens in automation. It's all good and dandy. But it took us way longer than it should have to get there because we didn't know, right? We just didn't know. So if we started to look at how or what we should have done differently, guys, here's 5 things that we look at and go, you know what? These 5 things could have changed the landscape for us. So let's kind of jump in, right? Number 1. Well, when we started our coaching business with the franchise, it was, hey, here's the demographic, right? Family-owned businesses who are doing 7 figures who want to scale. And you can work with them on 21 different things. By the way, that hasn't changed that much in a lot of the franchises that are out there in the coaching world. Still very general in what they want to work on. Here's what we should have done. We should have picked a niche. We should have went and says, you know what, we are going to work with this type of company of this size and help them fix this problem in a way that gets them a result really quick. Right? That's what we should have done. We should have got hyper-focused on a niche that had a pervasive issue or problem that we knew we could fix. Now, we have a sales and marketing background, so it kind of made sense for us to maybe think a little bit more about, hey, maybe we can help them with sales and marketing, since that's the only 2 things that make money in your business. But we didn't, right? We were general. We were going after anybody with a pulse that had a business that had a 7-figure revenue run rate, and we would try and figure out what the problem was. So that's 1. Should have picked a niche. Number 2, I alluded to it as part of number 1. Understand the problem. Like, figure out a problem that they have that is causing them sleepless nights, but you can fix, right? Now, are we going to fix a massively huge problem? No. But we're going to fix a problem that may be niggling at them and keeping them awake and stopping them from actually moving forward. We didn't do that. We had 21 silver bullet strategies to go and use. None of which actually solved a problem, to be fair. Individually, but collectively, they might have had some value. The problem was, what you're actually doing in that instance is you're actually going out looking for a problem versus focusing in on a problem you can fix and then marketing that problem. Right? So hopefully that kind of makes sense. Don't go looking for a problem. Understand that problems exist. Figure out a problem that you can fix and then market that problem. And then what will happen is the client, the prospect, will self-identify around that and go, yeah, hey, that's my problem. Maybe you can help. Versus scattergun approach, trying to find a business, running through a whole bunch of questions, trying to figure out what their problems are. So that was number 2. Understand the problem. So number 3, design a solution for... Listen, this stuff sounds like it's really easy, right? And some of you are going, really, James? Trust me, there's a number of you out there that are still doing it the way that we did it, and we're just trying to shortcut this process for you. But this is what we did later, and this is how our business took off. So yeah, number 3, design a solution around the problem, right? Now, what's the big mistake that's happening right now? We see it. We're in multiple different coaching groups. And what we see is, especially people that are new, which baffles me, going out there and trying to sell a 12-month, $15,000, $20,000 coaching program for 12 months, right? This is the high-ticket mentality. Here's what we know. You can build a very successful coaching business, and it doesn't have to be a high-ticket item. Now, let's be clear. High-ticket means something different to everybody. Someone might say, well, James, your $3,500 12-week program's a high-ticket item. Maybe, right? But it's not a $20,000 program. It might become a $12,000 or $15,000 lifetime value with that particular client if we keep moving along and finding new things to go work on. But the solution that we are selling only fixes a problem. It doesn't fix all problems. But it's a problem that we know is pervasive. It's a problem we know that needs to be fixed. It's a problem that we know is creating further problems down the line for that business. So, jump back to 2009, what we should have done was figured out that problem, designed a solution around that problem that was only an 8, a 10, or a 12-week program. Here's why. 12 weeks is about as much as the brain can handle. It's about as far as the brain can see out to the horizon. So when you start talking to people about 12-month coaching programs, their brain just can't handle it. It kind of switches off. So what we should have done was create more bite-sized opportunities. And then, through that, right, guys, listening, through that 12 weeks, we build authority, we build credibility, we build trust. Then we have another conversation about what do you want to do next. And then we create something else. And then we go work on something else. Right? But that first 12 weeks is what gets us in there to build the authority, credibility, and the trust that we need. So, just to recap really quick, pick an niche. Find a group of people that you can help, whether it's by industry or whether it's by a solution. If you can get the two, perfect. 2, understand a pervasive problem in that niche that you know that you can fix, right? 3, design a solution to fix the problem, but only make it an 8, 10, or a 12-week program. Something that is easy to explain, easy for your prospect to understand, and easy for them to buy, meaning it's an easy decision to go buy it and get the help. All right, so let's talk about number 4, right? This is the part that we really didn't, well, we just didn't, right? Invest time finding partners. You're one person. And yes, you have this massive online world, this opportunity that is infinite for you to go out there and actually find potential prospects or potential clients. That being said, nothing is stronger than getting someone referring you someone that they understand that you can help. So one of the big mistakes that we did make was we didn't invest a lot of time going out and finding partners, basically building up our external sales team. We knew 1 or 2 people, but we could have done a much better job of setting out the strategy to actually go out and find people that we knew and who trusted us to become our external salespeople. Now, that's part 1 of the problem. Part 2, and item number 5, create a kick-ass referral program, right? I see this all the time where, especially if you're in associations and if you're in things like, God forbid, you're in a BNI or, Chamber of Commerce, which, by the way, I am a huge proponent of being part of your local Chamber of Commerce, and these generally have things like lead share groups and so on. But what we often see is, the usual, hey, you get a $25 gift card to Starbucks if you send me a referral that becomes a client. With all due respect, who gives a fuck about $25? Nobody cares. All right? Nobody cares. What we've learned is that money talks, right? So for our business and to help stimulate its growth, we want to give away between $25,000 and $35,000 a year in referral fees. So we built a really kick-ass referral program that scales based on the number of referrals that we get that become clients, right? And it goes for like $500 up to $1,000 per client. So, do you think that gets somebody's attention versus a $25 gift card? One of the things that I absolutely buy into is as a business, we are in the business of buying clients. You're in the business of buying clients. Make no mistake. You're either paying for that client through time invested or through money invested. But either way, you are buying clients. So one of the things that we looked at was as well, what would we rather do? Spend, $1,000 a month running Google ads or whatever? Or would I rather give $1,000 to a couple of other people who we are in our network who are bringing us clients? I would rather give it to them than give it to a Google or a Facebook. I would much rather give it to an individual who's actually going to go use it. So we built a really cool referral program that pays out a bucket load of money per client, and that's fine, right? We understand what our P&L looks like. We know how much money we want to make per client. We've made the adjustments. So we're making the money that we want to make and the value that we provide. So if you look at the big five, the niche, understanding the problem, designing a really cool solution that you can deliver in 8, 10, or 12 weeks for between $3,000 and maybe $7,000. Invest time finding good partners and then create a really good referral program. You do those 5 things, your business is going to move a hell of a lot faster than it's probably moving right now. All right, probably going to move a lot faster. You're going to get to success much, much faster. So that's it. That's the 5 things. So if we were building our business again, we would do that from the beginning. Now, have we already done this? Of course we've done this, right? We do have a niche. We do have a big problem that we go after, that we market. We do have a solution. We've got actually multiple solutions, right? But there's a problem that we fixate on, and we have a solution for that. All right, what we call Accelerate, and it's basically helping coaches, consultants with building out their marketing foundation. But we also have another program called Jumpstart, which is a 10-week program, which is essentially built around helping coaches, consultants go and create their irresistible offer, right? And that's a 10-week program. And we have partners, and we have a kick-ass referral program. I just wish we had it all back in 2009. That would have been really nice. So guys, listen, that's it. Hopefully this is helpful, right? Hopefully this is helpful. Feel free to leave comments about this if you want. Ping me. You'll probably see somewhere, if you're listening to this podcast, our quiz, right? If you've got a marketing problem, go to our website, impactbizllc.com. And on the front of the website, there's literally a 2-minute quiz that's going to give you a 3-step plan to go fix whatever problem you're having. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, but it's only taking 2 minutes. Go take the quiz, right? And you'll get some really good output on what you should do in your next steps. Anyway, guys, that's me. I appreciate you listening in. I will be back next week. And have a great rest of your week. All right, thanks so much. Bye.